I can hear the voice.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Okay, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we will gonna start. We will begin our interview today. Okay, assalamualaikum
Okay.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Ahlan wa sahlan.
Ahlan bik. Hello, sir. Firstly, I'm so thankful for your helping to come here to being interviewed with us. And yeah, maybe let me introduce myself. My name is Dewi Nurul Syipa, and she is Belle. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Febriana.
And yep, we are a student of Islamic University, and here we are have a big project as a final assignment that we need to talk, we need to sharing, we need to interact with teacher from abroad to share lots of things about teaching. So yeah, I'm so glad to see you, sir, here, and then I'm so thankful for your helping. I'm so sorry to interrupt your time right now. Maybe you are have a lot of jobs or anything, but yeah, I'm so sorry for that, and I'm so thankful for that, for all of it. Maybe here we have several questions that will be answered, and that will be answered from you, and then that will be delivered by Bella. So maybe the first question, Belle, can you tell us the first question?
Pardon?
Okay.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. But for the first, maybe I want to know more about you. So, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name is Musa.
Oh, hello, Mr.
Musa.
Musa. Yeah, hello, Mr. Musa.
Musa Fana. Yes. Um, uh, I am a teacher by profession
Mm,
and a native of the Gambia, which is in West Africa. The country was a British colony,
okay,
so our official language is English language.
that's cool.
I have been teaching since 2002,
Wow.
almost about 19 to 20 years. But recently, I
Mm,
now moved from the classroom in January to a regional office as a sort of an administrator. So I left the classroom in January 2022.
okay. That's so cool. So, when I heard about your experience, I think you have lots of experience in teaching, so we can sharing lots of things about teaching because actually we are student of teaching training, so we need to learn more about teaching. Maybe we can share experiences and maybe the differences in teaching between our country because I'm basically Indonesian and you are from abroad. So maybe we can see the differences between us in teaching in the class. So, by the way, uh, Bella, can you start to ask the first question to the Mr. Musa?
Okay. The first question is, do you teach elementary
I taught primary school grade 6. I taught in that school. Later, I moved to junior secondary, grade 7 to grade 9. I taught there. Then later, I moved to a senior secondary. I taught there grade 10 to 12. So I taught in both elementary and senior secondary school, all categories in my country.
Wow,
I see.
that's so cool. So maybe, sir, can you explain a little bit what the differences you teach in elementary and then in junior and senior high school? Maybe there is any differences between them.
I'm, I'm not between the different schools.
Yes, maybe the difference in method that you use in class or how you
You
manage the
mean
class.
hello?
Hello, hello.
No, hello. I'm not getting you. You are you asking about the difference between the elementary school and junior school and senior school?
Yes, I mean
Good.
the difference that
The,
the method that you use in the class and how you manage the class.
good. In the elementary school, we call them here
Mm.
lower basic school. But previously, we called them primary school. But now, according to our education policy, we call them lower basic school. The teaching in a lower basic school, these are children between the ages of 7 years to about 12 years, 7 to 12 years. That is
Mm.
grade 1 to grade 6. So there,
Okay.
you teach with more of aids. You use teaching aids more, concrete teaching aids, concrete material. What we call in teaching pedagogy, realia, actual objects.
Oh.
For those, yeah, for those in the elementary level of the lower, let's say grade 1 to grade 3, you have to use materials that are more of visual in
Mm.
order to help the children understand the concepts. Because at that level, if you bring in the concept without relating them to certain materials, it will be difficult for
Mm.
them to comprehend. So in the upper basic, you also use like teaching aids are necessary in all categories of school, but what you will use in the elementary will obviously be different from the aids you will use in the upper basic, like the junior secondary, because at this stage, their capacity or their intelligence or their skills must have little bit developed. So certain toys that can be used in the elementary may not be of much use in the upper basic. But junior secondary, the teaching aids used there may be very much similar to those used in the senior secondary. But senior secondary, in the developing countries like that of mine,
Mm.
teachers don't use much materials there,
Oh.
like compared to the elementary ones.
Okay, so thank you so much for your answers. That's give me a lot of knowledge, more deeply about teaching. And for the next question, maybe Bella, can you ask the next question?
Okay, the next question is why do you want to be a teacher?
Yeah, maybe you have the reason why you want to being a teacher in there. Can you share with us?
Yes, I want to be a teacher in order to change the lives of others because I believe everything starts with teaching. Whether you are a nurse, you are an educationist, you are a security military officer, you are a government minister, all sectors of the society, every human being must undergone through the hands of teachers. So I believe to be a teacher, I will change the life of people in various aspects of government machinery or society. For instance, the dream of changing people's life, I have realized it in this 19 years period, because today in my country, if I go to a justice department, I will see a student of mine. If I go to schools, I will see a lot of them. If I go into the military camp, I will see. So the reason of being a teacher for me, I think is achieved. I have changed people's life because through me, they are now employed in various sectors.
MashaAllah. That's the great reason that I ever heard.
Okay, for the next question, maybe what do you like about being teacher?
What I like about being a teacher is that these teachers change lives of others for better. Teachers are responsible for the development of every sector. Any work you see, teachers must have taught individuals functioning or serving that particular sector. So teachers are change agents of people's life, and that changes is for positive results. This is why I like the job.
Okay, sounds great. For the next question is about what was the most memorable moment while being a teacher, and maybe it can be a funny moment or so on. Can you share with us, sir?
The most memorable thing while being a teacher is that when I meet former students who are working in different sectors of the country, I felt very happy.
Ah, I see. Okay. Okay, maybe for the next question is what the subject that you have been teach to the students during teaching?
I serve as a teacher in different categories of school, therefore, I taught different subjects. At the primary school, during my career at the primary school teaching, I taught all the subjects because in the Gambia, a primary school teacher teaches all the subjects in his or her class. Therefore, I taught English language, social and environmental studies, mathematics, science, physical education, and population and family life education. I taught all these subjects in the lower basic school, that is the primary school. Then in the upper basic school and senior secondary school, I specialize only in teaching English language. So in the junior secondary school and senior secondary school, I taught only English language to the students.
Okay, for the next questions, maybe did you really take teacher training courses, and how was your journey to becoming a teacher?
That knows. But I enrolled in the School of Education, Gambia College. But actually, an examination was given, that is the entrance exams. Then I crossed the entrance exam, then we went for interview. But actually, our interview was postponed. Before our batch, there used to be interview screening, but our batch only entry exam was given to us. Those who passed were directly admitted into School of Education. Then I started training as a teacher. But the first teacher certificate I did in my school, in my country, was called Primary Teachers Certificate course.
Ah,
We call it PTC. primary teacher's certificate. So I did primary teacher's certificate in 3 years. That is, we only did college-based intensive 1 year, and all of us were sent into the field for school experience. We call it teaching practice. Some will say teaching practicum. So all the 2 years we were in the field practicing under the guidance of
Hello, sir.
We say no.
Hello, sir. Are you there?
yeah, on yes, 2 years teaching experience under some senior teachers at the schools we were posted called mentors. So we were then mentees and they were mentors. The trainee teachers, our work was supervised for 2 years. But during the 2 years teaching practice in the field, every school holiday, when school closed, all the trainee teachers will come back to the college for a training session during holidays. Then as soon as school opens, we move back to our schools until we finish the 2 years. Remember, I mentioned 1 year college base. So plus the 2 years teaching practice, we completed our course. Then we were given a comprehensive examination, and then we graduate from PTC. Then I was posted to a primary school. Then I handle different categories of classes.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, we can say that is a long journey to becoming teacher there, because there is a lot of process that we need to finish before we are being a teacher.
I taught in that school, taking 2 different classes in one classroom. So that was how the journey started in the lower basic school.
Wow, that's so cool, sir. I can say that there are a long journey to how to becoming a teacher there, because yeah, I can say that there's a lot of process that you need to finish before being a teacher there. So
Yes.
I'm so glad to see you and share experiences and share lots of things about teaching. So for the next question, Belle, can you ask the next question?
Okay, the next question is, what challenges did you face as a teacher? What challenges did you face as a teacher?
Yes. Teaching, many people will tell you that teaching is a noble profession, is a noble profession. But sometimes I ask, where is the crown? Where is the crown of that noble profession when there are a lot of challenges for teachers, particularly in a third world countries like that of ours? The most challenging thing teaching in Africa is resources. Resources. I mean, materials, from stationaries of children to that of textbooks, reference materials for teachers. These are challenges because of the budgetary constraint from government. You know, I am employed as a government teacher. Sometimes you go to schools where you don't find any material resources. I could remember after my teacher training, I have to rely on some of my college notes, and I have to improvise because there was serious shortage of teaching and learning materials in those particular schools in the provinces. Those were really challenges, and still today, these are challenges in the teaching profession. You are given a subject to teach, but you don't have the required materials to use, even the reference material. When we talk of getting reference materials from internet, that one is a challenge for a provincial school where communication, no good network. So one of the challenges is teaching and learning resources.
Ah.
Another challenge of teaching now is that we are teaching children some of whose parents have never been to school. So you can realize the challenge there. After giving them work in school, we expect parental care at home in order to encourage them to revise their work, to study at home. But this is not what is happening. So all the effort in the classroom sometimes will be futile. Teachers will try everything, but when they go home, they just throw the books. They only open books in classrooms because some of the parents were not schooled. They don't know the value of education.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry,
It's okay, sir.
interruption. So that's it for the primary teacher certificate. After the 3 years completion, we pick forms at personnel management office.
Mm.
Then the teacher training college gave us attestations to show that we have completed our 3 years program. Then we attach attestations after verifying our marks. Those who got receipts were not given attestations. They have to do receipt of all the subjects they fail along the way. For some of us who were lucky to cross all, we got our attestation and then fill a form and submitted it to personnel management office. Then our employment was processed. We were finally posted to schools. My first experience was in the provinces, very far away,
Mm.
where I went. Only two of us were qualified teachers there. Then I moved to
Hello, sir. Welcome back with us. Can you hear my voice?
yes,
Okay. Thank you. Bella, can you continue the next question that we will ask to Mr. Musa?
yes, you can continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Okay.
the opportunity.
The
Welcome.
next question is, how did you overcome those challenges while being a teacher?
Yes, I mentioned some challenges. One way of overcoming that challenge of resources, lack of resources, is improvisation, where we don't have the actual required material. We explore the local environment and come up with locally made materials that can be substitutes of modern teaching material. That's one way of overcoming the challenges of lack of resources. We also do something like peer teaching or inter-school study tour. Like
Ah,
one school will move with the teachers to another school that
yes.
have uh, records in very high achievement students or better performance at national exam and even international exam. Teachers of one school we move to another school and learn about their good practices. That is a way of overcoming challenges. Another one is sensitization. Like sometimes we call the parents to meetings, we call it parent teachers meeting. During those meetings, we discuss with the parents, even though some are somehow illiterate, or we explain to them the importance of allowing kids or providing them opportunity to read at home. So those are some of the ways of overcoming challenges.
Okay.
On the area of those whose children will keep on habitual absentees from school, today you come, next day, that frustrates the effort of a teacher. Sometimes we call parents. We during the open days, each teacher will come and sit with students of the parents of students in that particular class. Like all the parents of students in your class, you sit with them during this open day. The open days, no instruction that day. It's just limiting the parents, highlighting the constraint we have as a teacher to them. I think those are some little things we do in order to overcome those things. And also forming study groups, like giving assignments to students so that they will not be very loose at home. They come together, they create study groups, and then study timetable, a roster being provided for them. Those are some of the ways of overcoming the challenges.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your answer. It is so powerful,
You're welcome.
amazing. Bella, can you move to the next question, maybe?
Okay, the question is, what made you most impressed as a teacher?
When my students achieve at the end of programs, when my students achieve the objective of my lessons.
Ah, I see.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. My God. Next question, Bella.
The last question is your advice for future teachers.
Yes.
What's your advice for teachers?
Yes. Maybe.
My advice for
Yes.
my advice for aspiring teachers is that our personality as a teacher, particularly for young teachers, when you first arrive in schools, there are different categories of students. Our society in such a way that now we have this trouble of managing behaviors. So as a new teacher, you have to be very mindful of your relationship with the students, particularly the senior students, how you relate with them. If you are a lady, you take a serious caution towards some of the grown-up boys, because nobody can tell. Children have been watching movies online, these things. They are all aware of what in olden days children don't know. Those now they know. So there are tendencies of some students even approaching their teachers on romantic affairs. There are instances of that. So new teachers should be very mindful of that. We present ourselves to them as a role model. Never show eyes to them that will be inviting towards illicit relationship. That is one thing. The other thing, as a new teacher into the job, we should be prepared. In my country, there is this belief. I usually tell students that in this country, my country, if you are looking for money, then don't go into the teaching field. But if you are looking for like satisfaction of your inner feelings, you want people to achieve something, you want to change lives of people, you want to be rewarded more even in the hereafter, teach people something that will benefit them for this dunya and the hereafter, then come to the teaching, because nobody can pay teachers. So we should not look up to the money of the teaching profession, but we look at the effect our service will have on those people we are teaching in the future life. That is important. As teachers also, we should not rely on please go forward. As teachers, we should also not rely on, okay, I don't have materials, therefore I'm not going to teach. No, there will be shortage of materials wherever you go. I believe even in the developed worlds, they have their own challenges. So anytime you find yourself in a challenging situation, don't be defeated before the battle. Think of ways of improvising. Always think of how would I do extra that will make my lesson different from other people. We should explore different ways of teaching. We should also relate with our peers in school as a newcomer. We should have the most experienced teachers as our mentors. Even if we are qualified, we have our high papers, we should not think that we know everything. Let us learn from colleagues. Let's look at how they prepare their lesson. If possible, we can take permission and sit in a class and observe others how they teach. That will help us to be on top of things very soon. Those are, and we should have respect for authorities in the school. As long as they are telling us right thing to do, let us go by. There are school rules and regulations, let's follow them. There are policies in the school. Let's take the code of conduct and understand. Let us do our things within the framework of rules and regulations operative in that particular school, as long as they are legal. They are not in contravention with supreme rules. So those are some of the little things that I can tell the newcomers. And the way we dress also is important. The way we present ourselves is also important. Thank you.
Okay. I have no idea. I have no words to express how how I feel right now. It is so amazing. Oh my god. As a future teacher, I feel so, yeah, what you said, it is so true, and it is important for us as a future, as a teacher in the future. And yep, hopefully we can be a good teacher in the future, and we can be a teacher who can make a student and some people doing better than now maybe. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. It is so very good and so very fun to share any ideas with you and share experiences. I think, yeah, I know this is not enough because we need to, we can talk a lot of things about teaching beside the questions, but yeah, time's over. So thank you so much for your helping. Thank you so much for your coming here, and I'm so glad to see you. May Allah bless you. And for the last time, yeah, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I just can say thank you so much for your help for us. It is so valuable for us. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Musa. Hopefully,
All
Allah
right.
always bless you. And yeah,
Amin.
Amin.
I mean, thank
Amin.
you. I wish you all the best in your the journey to become a teacher.
Amin.
I believe, I'm confident that you will be able to do it. Yes. As I look at your faces, I can see the faces of young promising teachers. May God help you to saddle all the responsibilities that lie ahead of you as a teacher. It's a challenge, but it's not a challenge that you cannot do. I believe with commitment you can do. May God help you with that.
Amin. Thank you, sir. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.